have started the second unit in my final high school credit course, which is law. And the video that I had to watch that was introducing human rights, which is the unit topic, it was called The Story of Human Rights. And it was a 9-minute video breaking down the history, I guess, of the different events that have led up to the concept of today's human rights. And I should have known what I was in for, because the lesson that I was reading from said that the video I was about to watch was based on a children's explanation of human rights. And I'm sitting here going, it's coded as an 11th grade class. So why are we doing, breaking this down in the concept of, a second or third grader? Come on. This is A, an 11th grade level course, and B, being given to adults doing continuing education. So why are we being treated like we're idiots? Anyway, so this video opens up, and it's just this epic, hopeful music. And it talks about how human rights have not always been a thing. And before they were, all it mattered was if you were in the right crowd. They actually used that word, in the right crowd. And they start off by talking about Cyrus the Great and his inscriptions of his concepts of human rights on Cyrus's cylinder. Then we immediately jump to how that concept was spread to Rome, Greece, and Egypt. Literally, these are 10-second little vignette clips backed by a voiceover. Then the voiceover says, and then we jump ahead 1,000 years to England, where finally a king signed a document agreeing that no one was above the law. Didn't name the document, and I'm just sitting there going, okay, we're not even going to touch on the fact that he was forced to sign it at sword point and then quietly convinced the Pope to rescind it 2 months later. Okay, fine. And then they go, and then it says, but of course that wasn't enough, because finally some British rebels decided that they were going to fight for what was right. And of course, we have clips of animations of the American Revolution. And then, immediately the French followed suit and had their civil rights ideas. But that wasn't to be either, because then there came Napoleon, and he declared himself emperor, and he almost succeeded. And I'm like, no, he didn't. What the oh my god. Right? I'm just sitting here yelling at this video because it is so fucking wrong, and it is so if a pool skimmer goes deeper than this video is going into the concept of how human rights began. Okay? And then, of course, we jump into 2 world wars, and Hitler, killed millions of Jews and other civilians. And then we had the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, where we finally wrote down 30 undeniable rights. But it was still not. And they just kept going and going about, talking about Martin Luther King and a young lawyer named Gandhi. And I'm like, oh my lord, the glazing, the skimming, this is genuinely a video you would show to a third grade class when you're talking about the concept of human rights. I'm like, this is not 11th grade material, even in 11th grade. This is fucking shameful. Wow, just and the big thing for me was they couldn't even say the words Magna Carta. They were just like, a king finally signed a document. I'm like, you can't even say King John was forced to sign the Magna Carta, which was a turning point that even the nobles were like, yeah, human rights are a thing. You couldn't even say that. You couldn't even... What the fuck infantilization in education is this nonsense? Holy balls. Holy balls. This is absolutely insane. Like, I really hope that the course is not this fucking... First, like, part of me is like, cool, this is the easiest credit I've ever earned. But on the other hand, I'm like, this is what education is now? Okay, this is terrifying. What the fuck is this shit? Why is this so dumbed down? Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna go back to writing out my responses now. I just needed to talk about this because it's boggling my mind. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.